Okay, we'll open tonight's committee of the whole meeting with the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to request a moment of silence.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you all very
Thank
much. Okay, we'll go to roll call.
Mr. Bender?
Here.
Mrs. Hoover? Here. Dr. Krug?
Here.
Mrs. Krug? Here. Mrs. Lee? Here. Mr. Rocco? Mr. Basil? Mr. Westbrook?
Here. Sorry, here it comes.
And Ms. Sinchoff? Here.
Okay. We're gonna do the guests and patrons right now. Remember, it's 5 minutes max. State your name and where your address, please. And after that, we're gonna go directly into executive session because there's a lot of things on the agenda we have to know about before we vote. Okay? So, first one on the list is Sheila Delonsky.
Sheila Delonsky, I reside in Susquehanna Township. I'm here as the current Vice President for the PSEA Support Staff Union. I am here to clear up some mistruths that were spoken by board members at the March 4th CAL meeting regarding the creation of the 2 maintenance positions outside of our union contract. Our executive committee has been working very tirelessly on the issues within the custodial department for well over a year. During this time, we have held several meetings with Dr. Fasonic along with our Uniserv rep, all of which the maintenance director chose not to attend. We have taken the proposal to adopt the MOU creating the classification of maintenance presented by the maintenance director into our contract to our members 3 different times with many different changes. Each time it was voted down unanimously. It was very evident to us that our members, including the custodial staff, did not feel this classification was necessary. Also, Dr. Krug stated that we as a union are refusing to come to the table and have a discussion with him. We feel that this statement was a misrepresentation of our association as we have never been invited by the board to come to the table. We are all here for the same purpose, the betterment of the district and our students, while being treated with respect, professionalism, and honesty. Thank you.
I would like to comment on that. I was never invited to any of the meetings, so I just want to clarify that, or I would have attended.
Okay, thank you. Next one is Melissa Mastrini.
Hi, my name is Melissa Mastrini, and I am the NCEA Union President. I stand before you tonight to address the false and misleading statements that have been made regarding the actions of the Teachers Union and myself as its president. It's deeply concerning that certain board members have made public accusations without conducting any fact-finding efforts to substantiate your claims. This type of rhetoric is not only damaging, but it's irresponsible, and it fosters mistrust and misinformation within our union and within the community. Dr. Krug, you asked why I was involved in the first place with the MOU for the teacher retirement. The simple answer, it's my job to be involved. My job and my role and responsibility as the president of the Education Association. The union serves as a legally recognized representative body for our teachers, and I act as a liaison between the teachers and the district. Our role as a union is to ensure that all matters related to working conditions, contracts, and benefits are fairly negotiated and upheld in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement. One of the issues that has been misrepresented pertains to the retirement rates under our collective bargaining agreement. According to the agreement, certain retirement benefits are contingent upon teachers submitting their letter of intent by March 1st. This deadline is not arbitrary. It's carefully negotiated date that allows both the district and the educators to plan accordingly. While the board has every right to extend this deadline if it sees fit, it's misleading and incorrect to suggest that it's randomly opposed or can be disregarded without due process. Furthermore, I want to address another fundamental misunderstanding regarding the MOUs and how they're enforced. It's critical for the board to recognize that the MOU does not go into effect until both you agree to it and the union votes to approve it as well. This is a fundamental aspect of our agreement and a safeguard to ensure that fairness in decision making. The district and the board do not have unilateral authority to dictate how the union operates and/or to override our agreed-upon procedures. Additionally, a board member recently contradicted himself by accusing me first of failing to disseminate information to my members, and then later berated me for sending the email that he accused me of not sending. The conflicting statements highlighted a concerning pattern of misinformation and apparent disregard for the truth. The fallacies that have been publicly stated are not only slanderous in nature, but they also undermine the credibility of this board and its responsibility to engage in honest governance. As a union representative, I will not stand by while falsehoods are spread to the public. I have never said or done anything that I don't believe in my heart to be correct, and I'm not here to defend myself. The transparency, integrity, and respect need to be upheld in all discussions and decisions impacting our educators and our students. I urge the board to engage in responsible dialogue, to seek factual information before making accusations, and to respect the established processes that govern our negotiations and our agreements. We're all here for the same purpose, and that's to support the education of our students and the well-being of our teachers. And I ask that moving forward, we do so with mutual respect, accountability, and a commitment to the truth. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move to executive session now at, what is this?
6:06.
6:06 PM. I'll make that motion. Second by Mr. Bender. Any questions or comments on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Resume the meeting at 7:44 PM. We're gonna head into the. Any questions here?
I know I gave you one of these last time, I got another.
Is that on yet? Chris?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
23, so.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Dr. Tibb, you wanna give us a quick report?
Yes, yeah, very quick report. I always like to start with the students of the month. So our March students of the month, kindergarten, Connor Gillette. First grade, Blake Land. Second grade, Walter Calvin. Third grade, Reagan Williams. Fourth grade, Luigi Triano. Fifth grade, Isaac Dum. Sixth grade, Faith Mason. Seventh grade, Katarina Roth. And eighth grade, Lindsay James. Just a couple other things, because I'd like to say thank you to the teachers. This month for PBIS, the first grade teachers planned a glow dance. Oh, the kids loved it. We did it in the back gym, the lights were out, they had all kind of glow sticks, balloons, it was a big success. The middle school had a PBIS, and their PBIS team planned the first annual 3-on-3 March Madness tournament. Kids had to use their Colt Cash to play in the tournament. It was double elimination. So much fun, and that's how we broke in the new gym. They got to use the new gym, so there are videos out there on Facebook if anyone would like to watch those. Wanted to say, I told you how well we did on our preschool annual review. We did this week receive our 4-star out of 4-star. We're a 4-star program. So what that means then too is we'll hold that designation for the next 3 years. So we are very happy about that. Wanted to say thank you to grades 2 and grade 4 attended a musical today at the Pasquarella Performing Arts Center in Johnstown. They attended for completely free. We received the tickets for free, and they reimbursed the busing too. So I thought that was very nice, and the kids had a blast. They loved it. A nice opportunity for the kids. It is once again, it's the beginning of the fourth 9 weeks. Wanted to say that the attendance at the elementary middle school last 9 weeks was great, 93% and 94% attendance, so they're doing a good job. And last but definitely not least, just wanted to remind parents and all of you that PSSA testing begins right after Easter break. And just a reminder to everyone, make sure their kids get plenty of rest for testing, eat a healthy breakfast, and attend school on the days of testing. April 23, 24, 25, 29, 30, and May 1st and 2nd. That's everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
High school.
Good evening, everyone. Our high school students of the month for the month of March are senior Tyler Radley, junior A.G. Moore, sophomore Tommy Costello, and freshman Nick Arden. Last month, Mrs. Toy and I took 14 students to Disney for their Physics of Disney Parks and Leadership Education program through the Disney Leadership Way. Something that they do that it's talking about college, high school, and middle school students, and it is all about the potential to become leaders. In the Disney Imagination Campus Leadership Development Program, students got a unique opportunity to realize their potential by interacting with Disney leaders and engaging in leadership activities and experiencing fun hands-on learning. And during the physics program, the students learned about different terms and what they mean in designing attractions. The students also got to experiment to see how many different properties in physics were used to design linear magnetic systems that help propel rides, and eddy currents that are used to slow down rides because using friction is not enough. As students were learning about these systems, they were able to ride attractions such as the Tower of Terror and the Rock and Roll roller coaster to look for how these properties actually work in real life. So it was a really incredible experience for them to see that face to face. NCHS competed in the Heritage Academics Week in the second week of March. This year we came in 7th place out of 12 competing schools. We took 4th place in impromptu speech, which we hosted at the high school this year, 5th place in science, 7th place in math, 8th in current events, and 10th in family consumer science. I am the chairperson for the academic events for the Heritage Conference, and we have showed great improvement this year, moving from 12th place last year to 7th place this year, and the students are very excited about competing academically, not just athletically. So it's becoming something we're definitely interested in, and we are growing. The KidWin State Championships took place at Penn State University on March 26th. The high school team of Caleb Dolney, Ty Dunn, Drake Weller, and Ben Messina placed 2nd in the state. The middle school team of Rachel Wargo and Laura Blickendorfer ended up in 4th place. The TSA State Conference will be taking place April 23rd to the 26th. There will be 17 high school and 14 middle school students competing at the conference this year. National English Honor Society is accepting student submissions for the Gilded Stallion, which is a literary magazine with original short stories, poems, artwork, and photography that will be accepted. And they plan to print enough physical copies of the magazine if anybody would be interested in getting submissions. On Friday, March 21st, we hosted our PBIS Reward Day, which was the Dirty Soda Shack, was the reward of the month. Students got to enjoy items off the menu, and students were commended at the end of the day for their kindness and courteous manners towards the workers. The Soda Shack employees actually stopped to say what great students we had. They do this often, and they noted that our Northern Cambria kids were very courteous and mannerly, and I take great pride in that. I think that's a wonderful thing that we're also showing, as well as our good grades in athletics and other things. On Thursday, April 3rd, AP Government students will be participating in the 2nd Annual Democracy Bowl at UPJ, where they will compete in civics and government-related trivia competition. The 2 teams consist of Tegan Pala and Lydia Kirsch, Ricky Kirsch, Brad Boring, Maddie Dowdy, and Hannah Krug. This serves not only as a competition among local schools, but it's a great review for their upcoming AP exam in May. During the week of April 7th, NCHS Student Council will be working with the Circle of Support Child Advocacy Center in Johnstown to bring awareness of Child Abuse Prevention Month to students and staff. They will be participating in the National Pinwheels for Prevention campaign and will be creating a pinwheel garden in the front of the high school. So if you're driving by, you'll see the pinwheels out front. Northern Cambria also hosted their 2nd annual powerlifting competition last weekend, which is the area's only event of this kind. It was a huge success. They had 95 lifters from 9 different schools. Northern Cambria lifters earning 2nd place as a team, and many had individual awards, which include Zach Bradley, 1st place in 114 pound, Tyler Freeman, 1st place in 123 pound, Parker Schutte, 1st place in 181 pound, Johnny Rainish, 2nd place in 114, Ace Drum, 2nd place at 132, Ricky Kirsch, 2nd place at 181, Brady Hoover, 2nd place at 220. Reese Levine, 3rd place at 123, Ben Schutte, 3rd place at 148, Zach Kirsch, 3rd place at 198, Tyler Bradley, 3rd place at 275. Simon Rousley, 4th place at 165, and Levi Lansendorfer, 4th place at 220. As this is going on, we notice lots of traffic in our weight room. They are definitely very interested in this, and this is something they really work hard on. In addition, and this is highly notable, Tyler Freeman earned Outstanding Lightweight Lifter. He also set an unofficial national record in the deadlift with a 450-pound lift. He apparently is heading to Pittsburgh later this month to get an official record so it can be official unofficial national record in the deadlift. Ben Schutte also earned an additional medal, winning the Ben Trip King in the lightweight division, pressing 135 pounds 27 consecutive times. So this is something that is very up and growing in our school district. Also, in February and March, Mrs. Daisley assisted Sarah Abel with her Independent National Honor Society Service Project to collect cards and gifts for Kylie McMullen, a Northern Cambria third grader who has cancer. Students and teachers created cards for her, and the high school teachers and staff also participated in a dress down day where they were able to raise $300 for Sheets gift cards for Kylie's parents as they travel back and forth with her to Pittsburgh frequently. On Friday, March 21st, Sarah delivered the cards, gifts, and Sheets cards to Kylie and her family, and they were highly appreciative. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Business manager.
The only thing I have to report is we just got the Pliget information, just today, but the interest earnings on our Pliget funds were $47,150.92 for the month of February, and that brings the total for the year to $910,442.39 of interest earnings. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it looks like it is. Maintenance.
A few things I've been working on in the last few weeks. Here at the elementary cafeteria, we've got the new evaporator tank installed and adjusted and tweaked, and it's been working as it should. Got 2 new circulator pumps installed over in the boiler room, as well as a pretty severe water leak that was over there. Got that resolved. That has to do with our hot water loops for the main building, as well as the hot water feeding the cafeteria for the sinks for doing washing pots and pans. So got that increased to about 20 degrees warmer than it has been, so it's right where it needs to be. Got the semi-annual elevator inspections completed. The annual boiler inspections are done both by the Department of Health and our insurance company, HSB. Those are done. Started obtaining some quotes and got one received already from TSL Petroleum for the underground fuel tank cleanup and repair there. Got some other quotes as well. I think they were attached to the end of the agenda for some carpet for 7 classrooms we can look at as part of the project renovation here. The rubber mats from Pinnacle Fitness Systems, as well as what other quotes we got. I guess that's it for right now. Other things I'm working on, we've got the track opened up, got the water turned on as well down at the stadium, had a couple minor leaks, got those repaired, had to replace the heating element in the hot water tank up at the track. It went south, so that's all been good to go. And other than that, I was just working on normal FM tickets on a day-to-day basis. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, do we need a report from SetLogic?
We have one loaded if you want it.
Yeah.
I can go through it real quick. Okay, classroom, phase 1 classroom addition. Everybody see this? The drywall on the second floor of area H is the high school addition, the 2-story addition. The second floor is finished. We anticipate painting this week. Continuing hanging drywall and finishing on the first floor. The mechanical, plumbing, and electric MEPs or fire protection are all roughed in on both floors. The above ceiling MEPs are roughed in or completed. The brick veneer on the exterior of the addition is completed. We're working on installing windows now inside the building. And the skylight is completed. Here you'll see some pictures. Top left is the skylight. Top right is the corridor walls going down the high school corridors. The bottom left is just hanging drywall and wall insulation in some classrooms. And the picture on the right are the independent study rooms that look out into the courtyard, or excuse me, skylight. I call it courtyard. Okay, next one. Phase 4 renovation of the gym. The gym is completed, turned over. We have a punch list that was generated by the architect and SiteLogic. There are some things we need to fix in there, complete, get signed off as a punch list. Next slide, please. Phase 4, you can see there, if you have not seen the gym yet, they're just different angles of the gym. Next slide, please. Phase 5, the library, auditorium, classroom renovations. The library is done. Like I said, we just got the punch list generated and distributed to the contractors as of Friday, so we have some work in there to do. We're gonna try to schedule some of this work when there's no school over the 16th, 17th, and 18th. The portion of the classrooms in Area G, what we're calling the first floor, have been turned over, which would be the high school office wing, call that Area G. The demolition in the auditorium is about 75%. Continued demolition is currently taking place in the classrooms as well, which would be the first floor Area G that is adjacent to the maintenance department. And here you can see some pictures. The top left would be the auditorium. Top right would be a science room where we had to cut window openings out into the skylighted courtyard area. Bottom left would be auditorium, and the top right would be the television studio upstairs where the wall got cut off. And if you look, on the right-hand side is that acid waste line that was in the wall that we had to remove. Okay, next slide. Schedule. The last schedule update was done March 11th. Right now, substantial completion for the completed project is July 17th. We have slipped a little. The last dated, as of last month, was 7/4. So we have slipped a little, but I'm confident that we'll have rooms ready for the high school to move in. Okay, and you can read through this. On the left here are the same phases that I had just talked about as being completed and substantially completed in demolition as well. Next slide, please. Payment application. There were only 2 applications for payment this month, for Fiore and Bob Biter. Sometimes the contractors, if they don't have enough, it's not really worth them to file a application for payment every month. Okay. Moving on, project challenges. We have 2 that we're tracking that we gotta get a handle on. The first one is the industrial arts room. We did have a meeting with the Joy was there, the principals were there, and the shop teachers, but we just need an answer on the dust collection system. I don't know if the district has, if that's before you guys yet or not, to get an answer on the dust collection system. That's kind of holding up. We do have all the infrastructure in for the drawing that was approved for all the equipment. So we have that kind of in place. We just need to know about the dust collection system. Then also the other item is the door hardware. I'm getting worried that we're not gonna have card readers and electronic strikes for the doors in time for the district to open up. We need to get the school district to approve that drawing and get it to us so we can get it to the contractors for pricing. There's some electrical components that need to be priced that we're addition to be taken care of.
What drawing is that?
Yeah.
It's the drawing that was sent around that shows you which cards are getting card swipes and how the keying is gonna get keyed, which door is gonna get a master, which gets a sub-master.
We didn't see that.
Well, the district has it, yeah. Chris, I don't know if,
I can make sure we get something distributed to you guys
Yeah.
as quickly as possible.
yeah,
Never saw.
yes,
Is this the one that was worked on before Laura left and it was pretty
Yes.
much finished?
yes,
Right, and then.
yes. We just
So
gotta
we don't
make
need
sure.
to do it again?
No,
No.
no, no, no. We just gotta make sure that you guys are fine with all the changes. We have nothing in it. We just gotta make sure that you are fine with all the changes. Mainly the principals and the teachers have access to whichever rooms they need as far as keys and which card swipes go where.
Yeah, we were waiting for, prices from
Okay.
Specialty Hardware.
Right. We have to get that drawing back so we can issue to the contractor for pricing
Well, we didn't get it.
from Specialty Hardware. So it's still in their court.
Well, they were supposed to give it to us. I think Ellen was taking care of that. Yeah.
And that was all done, we've gone
Yeah,
over
we've
that
gone over
several
it multiple
times.
times
There
as
was
far
a
as
couple of questions on
the
that.
electronic
Those were
strikes
addressed.
and all that.
Chris, if you can get it to us, that'd be great. We'll put it on for
You were happy, Jeff?
regular meeting, okay?
Yeah. I thought
We just
did
need to
that.
get it, one more final approval and blessing, before we can get it issued.
Do we need to do that, or can Jeff and the internal team say okay to that drawing?
We already approved the hardware, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Right, do you actually need a vote for this?
No,
No,
just do it.
No,
just
it's
do it.
more
Just
or less-
something that needs to be done. We already approved the cost for the hardware, so do
Right.
it.
That's what I thought. Yeah, then just do it.
At minimum, I can send, I did a
Chris,
briefing video for Alan, so he was on the same page. I'll just send you guys that video if you wanna look it over.
No,
No.
do it.
Do it, because I thought that was all
Okay.
taken care of.
I'm good with it too, Chris.
Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, next is change management log, you can follow up there with all the change orders. There are some that are on the agenda for tonight, which will affect the bottom line. If you look down there at the very bottom, we have $278,354.26 left in the contingency. That's what we're tracking.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's on the last page. And then on the change management log, there's a bulletin number 13 for some data drops. There are some data drop changes that are in the works. We don't have a price back, that was just 524. And we just got the bulletin number 20, which is the emergency generator and the new above-ground fuel tank sketch drawing from Hank. So that can be priced as well. And that date goes 12/12/24, because that's when we started talking about
Okay.
it. And then the last thing we have again is the tech ed room, the equipment rough ends, and the dust collection system, get that resolved. And as far as I'm concerned, anybody have any questions?
Is there anything you need from us? Is there anything that we can help, is there anything you need from us?
Yes, I would really, and I know Alan and I had some conversations, I think Joe was part of them too. We need to get this tech ed rooms finalized. What we're doing, what we're not doing, what the expectations are. Get that resolved in this door hardware shoot.
And who would be the people to do that? Do you need the board, like, how do we?
Well, the tech ed right now, the ball's kind of in the, I don't wanna say the shop teacher's court to give you the pricing that he got for the dust collection systems.
Okay,
So there's some things decisions that have to be made.
and he has those, you think?
Yes,
Yes, I know.
yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so we should, did you get any of those, Carol?
No, I didn't.
I saw an email Fred had sent out, he got that quote, so, you guys obviously will have to approve that price if you're gonna purchase it or not.
Yeah, I was waiting for a
It
call.
just came out the other day, so.
Yeah, and,
I'll send Fred it out in the morning. I thought you guys had all thought together.
no.
That it?
That's all that I have, any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, any more tonight?
No, thanks, Dave.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, item B, moving company, be resolved, the Board of Education accept the bid from blank moving company at the cost of blank to move to the high school to the new campus. I will make the motion.
I'll second it.
Second by Carol. Okay, questions? Jeff, would you provide us with the amounts and the company,
Yeah.
please?
You want a copy of it or you want an email?
You can just say it out front right now.
The quote from Walker's Moving was $21,892.50. The Ferris Moving Company was next in line at 51 something. 57, I'm sorry, but there was like, almost $9,000, and I think we can come out of there because it was like hazmat removal stuff, and the scoreboards would be costing there to take down and move, that's gonna be done by contractors, so we could probably take those costs. That was down to about 48,000, and then Allied Van, the moving company, was 52,500.
Okay, Jeff, first thing is, were these apples to apples, all these moving to the same
Yes,
specs?
they're all given the same drawing and we walk the same thing.
Are their services the same?
Going through some of these, they're pretty close, but there's some extra added things that on Walks Moving Company I was a little bit concerned about. I didn't think the guy was very detail oriented. He didn't take any, the other two I think were spot on. They were like brothers business. But I'm a little concerned about Walks Moving
Oh, it's-
covering what we really need. They say they will, and will day comes, will they do it? I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
Who did you prefer? Yeah. I'm sorry. Nope, that's what I was gonna ask. Who did you prefer?
Well, price-wise, Walks, but I would probably choose the Ferris Company if it was, no money was an object.
Is there a time frame involved in that contract? Like they have to be done by a certain date? Okay, so we have them at our disposal for, until the project is completed.
Yeah, they have their days in here. Most of them were priced for a week of service and equipment and trucks and.
So it's a week of service. What happens if it takes longer?
Correct.
What happens if it takes
Oh,
longer?
then I guess it'd be additional charges, but they're all for 7 days.
And they're only moving the equipment, they're not
Right.
reconnecting it.
All three companies do not
It's just-
disconnect anything, reconnect anything, they just move it.
Pick them up, place them down.
Correct.
Okay. Roland, you had a comment?
Just to add to what Jeff stated, once we got all of those quotes, we were kind of concerned with the difference between the low, so we went back to him, Jeff went back to him and said, hey, are you sure? I mean, did you miss anything? And he basically gave us the same quote. So we gave him double chance to review what was in.
Okay, one time when we were here, we were picking up coal suppliers one time. We didn't go with the lowest bid. We went with what we got, the best product for the best price. We did that one time. If you think that Watts is a worry, if you're gonna bring something high priced down here, it's gonna get smashed or something or left behind, that's not a good idea either. We'll make up that cost by replacing an item. So, I mean, it's, whatever you think should be best, as far as I'm concerned, we would go. Do we have to go, Lisa?
I would caution that the law says you have to go with the lowest responsible bidder. Now, what a responsible bidder is up to the board to talk about and decide. If
I think it
there's,
should be best practice on this one.
if there's a concern that, the lowest bidder, in this case, can't responsibly do the job or do the job effectively, then you're gonna have to make that decision, but you better have something to back that up.
Okay.
If I could just say one thing,
Please.
we just did our updated schedule for the site work and the paving. The paving's scheduled around the 4th of July, so your window to move in is, I'm gonna say, the middle of July to opening of school.
So after the paving.
I would like to do it after the paving, because we don't have all those trucks on the new paving. So, my suggestion is, if we can do, and I've said it many times, if we can start to get some of that stuff ready to go beforehand, that would help.
Well, my intention is to create a committee for the board, a moving committee, to make sure that they get that coordinated and the teachers know what they're coming to, know what they're taking with them, and have it ready to go the day after school's out.
And if I
Okay.
could say one other thing, there's only one set of stairs to the high school second floor, and there's only one small elevator, which is on the elementary side,
Yeah.
and it's a very small elevator.
So it's gonna have to be coordinated, it can't be haphazard, and I've talked to Jeff about that already, and I've actually talked to Toby about the powers of that committee, and able to tell them what to do and hold them to it, without the entire
We're
board,
really
so.
willing to help, but we won't have the manpower. 'cause we're
No,
gonna-
we understand that, we understand that, but the teachers need to know what they're coming to,
Yeah.
and I don't even think they know that yet.
Yeah.
Okay?
The more organized we can be up front with this process, the better outcome we're gonna have at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
So if it takes a little extra effort
Okay,
and money, then I think.
so, go ahead.
About the bids, which one of them gives you the most detail about what they will include in the move?
All three of them give the same, basically the same information, but the Ferris Moving Company and Allied Van, spelled it out a lot better in their itemized list, as well as when we did the physical walk, these two companies were so much more professional, in my opinion.
making sure that they knew what they were
Correct.
gonna be
Asked
doing.
lots of questions, took lots of notes. I gave all three companies the floor plan, the classroom layout, so they could do whatever they, piece counts, whatever they wanted to do. They all had the same thing. So, I was just much more impressed with 2 out of the 3.
Are we allowed to make decisions based on better product? Because that's still a product as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'll caution you, and I know it's probably not the advice you wanna hear, but you have to go with the lowest responsible bidder. So the bidder that can do the job and can do the job well,
Do they have any insurance on their stuff when they, move it and everything?
Yeah, all three companies said they did, yes.
No, go ahead.
Dave, you work for us, so, but have you ever worked with any of them in any of your
I-
projects? Are
I
you
can't
familiar with
say
any of
because
them?
I don't know, we have so many jobs.
Yeah, I know that
We
you do, but I
actually-
didn't know if one stood out in, if you
No,
have
I
a
have not
recommendation
worked with any of
because
those recently.
it's
But
worth
we
a
actually
shot.
own a company, you guys know that. We have a company that does this.
Okay.
We offer this service.
Okay, I didn't wear,
Yeah.
Unless
Can we get a bid from
someone
you
has
guys?
lots,
Have you
have
all-
a complaint against them.
Yeah, but it's kinda
It's
late in the
conflict.
game because
Is it
they,
conflict?
they get that stuff lined up for the next year.
Got it,
I can reach out.
Not if they come in low.
Okay,
I will
That's what I'm
forward you,
wondering, but if he's,
everyone on the board, all three copies, you guys can read the itemized verbiage for
love
yourself.
Yeah.
And make that decision.
I move to
we wanted your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we have a motion on the floor. Jen, you wanna, vote to table?
Move to table. Second.
Jen, table. Do you second?
I'll second.
Danielle, second. There's no comment on that, so all in favor of the table?
Oh, table?
Aye.
Table again.
Okay, let's do a roll call on the table.
Mr. Bender,
Yes.
Mrs. Hoover,
Yes.
Dr. Krug,
No,
Mrs. Krug,
no, because of the time restraint,
that's it, times.
that's what I'm worried
in
about.
essence.
Mrs. Lee,
Teachers
No.
need in the rooms.
Mr. Rocco's absent, Mr. Vessel's absent, Mr. Westrick,
Yes.
Ms. Zenshaw.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's 4-3.
Now, is that gonna pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, table. I will put that on the next agenda though,
Yeah.
okay? Would you send that to everybody? Thanks, okay.
Can I make
Wait.
a suggestion? Maybe Jeff could ask them to give you some references to call, see who they've done work for, if there's any kind of
Since we,
sizable place.
okay, since we voted to table, we can't really discuss that anymore, so we have to move on. Weight room flooring, discuss the quote received from the Pinnacle Fitness Systems for the flooring installation in the weight room at the CoStar's price of their 17 grand plus. Okay, this is the only vendor that submitted a quote.
Yeah, I would like to have this table.
Okay. It's
It's not
not,
up
it's
for
not
vote.
up for a vote, so we'll look at that for the next time, okay?
I was thinking it was voted into.
I did send you a vendor just now, and then I'll send you some more.
Okay, change order, okay, I'm going to group change orders D, E, H, I, and J all together. So you guys can read those, and I'll make the motion for them. D, E, H, I, J. Second, Mrs. Carroll. Questions or comments on any of those? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
7-0, okay. So we're gonna go, change order F, be resolved, the Board of Education approves, you can read there. I'm going to motion to table item F. Second by Mrs. Danielle Hoover. All in favor? Anybody opposed to the table? Okay. Same thing with G, I'm going to motion to table item G. Second by Mrs. Carol Lee. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay. That takes care of those. So business and finance, item A, Appalachia IUA Cooperative Paper Bidding Program. Discuss the cooperative paper bidding program, petition and such. You can see there what the white paper will cost per carton, and the details are on attachment 2. Go ahead, Bob.
One question. How many reams of paper are in a carton?
There's 10,
I think there's 10.
5,000.
So there's 10 reams in a carton?
Yeah, that's how I get them.
Okay, that's a good price then.
20
I looked
pound?
everywhere and couldn't find that.
Is it 20-pound roll?
Paper.
The paper?
It's the standard stuff that
Okay,
we
it's
always
20 pound,
buy.
okay, good. All right, we'll put it on for, the next one. Edleo, be resolved, the Board of Education discuss and approve the district's annual website subscription for Edleo beginning the May 6, 2025 through May 5, 2026. The cost of the district is $7,608 as per attachment 3. I'll make the motion. So Mr. Norma Crew. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, community relations, use of facilities, discuss the use of facilities and waiver fees request from the Hope Fire Company to use the elementary middle school cafeteria kitchen to cook their annual turkey dinner on July sixth, 2025, as per attachment 4. Now, this is discussion, I think we do this every year, don't we? Yep. So I'll put that on for a vote. Okay, curriculum instructions, item A, in-person evaluation, we discussed this, and we'll put that on, I don't even know if we have to put it on for a vote, but we'll find out if we need to, it'll be on next agenda. The ESL consortium, discuss entering the consortium with the IU8 for the 25-26 school year, and providing the assistance with the PDA state and federal policies, laws in regard to English as second language, and every student succeeds at. The total cost will be $5,000. Any questions on that? Put on for a vote. Okay, extended family programs, discuss the service agreement for the 25-26 school year with extended family programs. The program will be used on an as-needed basis as per attachment number 6. Any questions on that, guys? We'll put that on for a vote. Okay, and the course catalog, discuss the 25-26 high school course catalog as presented attachment number 7. I believe Mrs. Krug was involved in that. If you have anything to add, you can.
It's all good, everything's great.
Okay, any questions on that?
I feel that's completed and confident and ready to go.
Okay, we'll put that on for a vote. Legislation, policy development, school calendar, be resolved, the Board of Education approves changing to April 17, 2025 from an earlier dismissal to a half-day Act 80. This change in the calendar is due to the need to have the water shut off for a construction purpose, and as per appendix number 1. A motion by Mr. Tom Bender, second by Mrs. Norma Crew. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, Ignite Solutions, you can see the list there. I need to add Mr. Tyler Miller to the list. He had just gotten his stuff to us and it was not able to be on the list. But he'll be under Senate Bill 31312. Okay, I'll make the motion for that. Second by Mrs. Jen Zenshaw. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion
Okay.
carries.
Item B, memorandum of understanding. Be resolved, the Board of Education discuss and approve the memorandum of understanding with the Northern Cambria Education Support Professionals Association, as per a grievance that we had, and we discussed this in executive session as per appendix number 2. I will make that motion. Second by Mr. Bob Westrick. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, and the unit clarification, be resolved, the Board of Education discuss and approve the petition for unit clarification, RE, the Northern Cambria Education Support Professional Association, and we discussed this in executive session. I'll make the motion for that. Second, Mr. Carroll Lee. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Folks, just to let you know, this is to move positions that were created outside the union into the union. Okay? So, memorandum of understanding, I'm sorry, that was wrong, this next one, I think. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the memorandum of understanding between Northern Cambria School District and the Northern Cambria Education Association regarding the retirement incentive for the 24-25 school year. I'll make the motion for that. Oh, I do see Bob. Second by Mr. Bob Westrick. Any questions or comments on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, item E, we're still discussing that, so we're gonna skip over that for now. We haven't made any decisions on that yet, okay? Item F, substitute school aid, be resolved, the Board of Education approves the addition of Betsy Perone to this substitute school aid list. Motion by Mrs. Danielle Hoover, second by Mrs. Jen Zenshaw. Any questions or comments on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, maternity, be resolved, the Board of Education approves the maternity leave for employee 3286 retroactive to March 19, 2025 through the end of the school year. I'll make the motion. Second, Mr. Jen Zenshaw. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Good. I don't think Jen has anything at the time on staff development, and Mike had a fundraiser calendar addition, so you can take a look at that, mostly for Dan Pajak. I'll make the motion for that. On item A. Second, Mr. Jen Zenshaw. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, the Europe trip for 2027. Discuss the Europe trip proposal submitted by Mrs. Dina Miko for Esper Attachment 9. We can put this on for a vote, I think she does this pretty much every other year or so, so. Okay, everybody good with that?
Yep.
On for a vote. Okay, transportation. Be resolved, the Board of Education approves the following name to be added to the Tri-County bus driver, Maria Smego. Mrs. Danielle Hoover makes that motion. Second by Mr. Tom Bender. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Motion carries.
Athletics are progressing nicely at this time. So we went to executive session, we do not need another one, so we're gonna, I have a motion to adjourn. Be resolved, the Board of Education of the Committee of the Whole meeting of the Northern Cambria School Board of April 1st, 2025, be adjourned at 8:23 PM. I'll make that motion. Second by everybody else. Any questions or comments on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?